Okay guys, so welcome back. Firstly, I'll apologise if I sound a bit rough. I'm feeling like absolute hell. It's now the 23rd of March, so it's just before Easter bank holiday weekend, and I've got a few friends coming around for a bit of a running session, so I'm going to do this as a layout update. I'm going to be recording a running session on Monday. So, like normal, not a lot has changed. There's a couple of new additions and a little bit of ballasting done. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So what I'll do is I'll start with the new additions, and first of all, as you can see, I've got another set of container wagons. These two are here are the new ones. Them two, well, one and the one behind the 150 are the original ones. By Dapple again, but I bought these as a set, container and wagon, compared to them ones where I bought the containers and then a set of the wagons. So as you can probably make out a little bit, if I raise the camera up a bit as well, they are slightly different chassis. Just lock you off so the camera don't fall right down again. So yeah, the chassis is slightly different. This one, the green ones are a Skelly, Freightliner Skelly wagon, and these ones are just pocket or flat wagons. I'm not sure what the designation for them are, so if you know, can you please post it. So I got them from Hatton's. Unfortunately, when I got them, or ordered them, the Hatton's said they had one in stock. Unfortunately, they didn't, so I had to wait for Dapple to send it to Hatton's, and then to Hatton's to send it to me. So I had to wait. It was about a month and a half wait between ordering it and them arriving. But what I also got was the Stobart truck. Try and position it so you can see it. There we go. So this is a Beavertail 8-wheel drive Scania, I believe. Yep, Scania. In the Stobart rail livery. It's a nice model. Unfortunately, the tail doesn't unfold, but other than that, it's a nice little model. I ordered this at the same time as the Skelly, or not Skelly wagons, the container wagons. And that comes straight away, and it's just the right size for my New Holland excavator. So if I plonk him on the back, he fits on nicely like that. So there we go there. Another new addition is a network rail van. This is the little network rail Ford Transit Connect from Oxford. The Scania was from Oxford as well. One little addition I have made to the van, you can just about make it out on the roof there, above the N for the network, is a little yellow blob. And that little yellow blob is actually an LED. So what I've done is I have taken the chassis off the body, drilled a hole in the roof, bought a flashing LED, a button cell battery, and a little switch. So if I zoom right back out and show you, you can just see that hole there. Inside it, you can just see them two little lines. That's a switch. So you see the LED on the roof there. So I flick the switch. It's a little bit awkward. You can just see it just flashes. It's a bit bright to be able to see it properly on the layout, but I think you can just about make it out if I zoom in a bit. There we go. So when he's on the level crossing, because at the minute, as you probably notice, I've still only got the one level crossing barrier on this side. So on that side I've got the little crossing guard who's now looks like he's unconscious. So I put that there. We've got the van blocking it off, acting as a temporary barrier. So one other thing I've done is just up by the churchyard there, you can see where the porta cabin is and the skid steer loader. I've put a bit more basic ground cover. That's just acrylic paint with some green and a little bit of brown scatter mixed in. Got my white metal gravestones that I got for Christmas. So they're there. I've done a little bit ballasting. You don't want to look at the bookshelf. I've done a little bit ballasting so you can just about see the path coming to the bottom of these steps for along the retaining wall. That's about 3/4 of the way along that second Mark 3 coach. So from there up into the mouth of what's going to be the little tunnel there, I've just done a little bit ballasting there, not a lot, and I've done a little bit over this side. I forgot to zoom out again. I've done a little bit up by the 66 there as well. I have done a little bit of track work as well to the top of the second helix. So now, as you can see, I've linked the second line down so you can actually come along and down the helix. I've still got to do a little bit of packing out under this bit just to make sure it's smooth. It's still in the little testing stage at the minute, but I shall have that sorted for Monday. I have two other new additions. Well, I say two new additions. I have one new addition and one old addition or one old item that's now been modified so I can now run it. I'll start with the new model. And it's this Bachmann 56X or Class 56XX. So as most of you will know, I've always liked my Great Western stuff. So, there we go. So it's a 062 engine. I got this one from St David's Hill Model Shop in Exeter. I chipped it myself. It's got a Gauge Master DCC 28, I think, decoder in it, and it's running on address number 27. So yeah, and the other item I've got, which I can run alongside this one, try and move the tripod along as well, is follow the rake of these Great Western coaches. I've got my original first big locomotive. It's my first big locomotive, it's my third locomotive I ever had. Got this one in 2001. It was a gift from my grandfather, and it's the Kenilworth Castle. This is a Hornby model. It's still running a bit erratically after being chipped because it hasn't been run for so long, but once it gets running a bit more, I'll change the settings on it just so I can get it to run smoothly. I've only run it once around the layout, and it's done it quite well. The other thing is just down, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it there. I'm going to have to unhook you from the tripod now. Oh, there we go. So if I come around here, over the sofa. Alright, let's zoom out. So this is where I've done the ballasting up to, just there. So if I can find a way to get the camera to go so you can see and I can see what I'm filming. Just here there is a little extra piece I've built. Now this is made out of 1/8 box section. Sorry, that's my alarm clock going off in the background. So yeah, it's 1/8 box section, cut down at an angle, and a section of rail. Because what me and some of my friends noticed, that when we're running steam engines, coming down that line, there's no problems. But coming back on this one, there is a very, very slight S-bend. If you look, if I can zoom in just under there, there's a very slight S-bend just behind this Mark 2 coach. And that was causing either the front or the rear axle of the big steamers, like Britannia here, just to pop off the line. Now what I've done, it took me about 20 hours worth of fettling down and using bits of brass, using bits of rail. But that's now a re-railing ramp. Now diesels go over that, no worries. They can go back over that one, no worries. Steam engines can't go up that line, but then again, this is the down line anyway, so you'll only be coming down this way. They'll be going up that, down this one, and where Britannia is just the siding. So shouldn't really be driving on the wrong way, unless I have an accident and need to rescue a train with another locomotive. So that's solved the issue of the derailing. The last thing I've got is to aid with the double heading that I'll occasionally do, because I'm not very good at programming my Prodigy Advanced controller. I have bought a second controller. So I've got my original cab. I just unplug it. So I've got the original one, which I've labelled cab 1. The dial doesn't work anymore because of the amount I dropped it and that. I've had this system about 5 years now, so to say that this one still works is quite a feat, especially as I'm quite clumsy. And I've also got this one, which I've labelled cab 2, but if you notice, this one's also backlit. Don't worry about the price, I did manage to get a little bit of discount via Model Club, so it didn't cost quite that much. I mean, it would have cost slightly less had I got it online, but I know Dave. I've known him for a long time at the model shop, and he always does me a good deal. But that means if I want to run something double-headed, instead of having to program it and then try and work out, get the instruction manual out and try to work out how to redo it all, I can just program one locomotive on one controller, one on the second controller, and I can just run. That's what I've done with this train here. As you can see, I've got Restormal Castle, and over there I have the Totnes Castle. So with a bit of trial and error, I was managing to double head this train. So that's it for this video. You may notice in as of now, my videos are going to have slightly different format because I've had to buy a new laptop, so I couldn't upload direct to YouTube and edit it on YouTube Editor. Because of my camera, I had to download some Sony software. That means I can now add in some time lapse. I can either speed up or slow down time. I can add background music, so when I'm doing some work, a bit like on Gleborough Junction, Dean Park Station and Everard Junction, when I'm doing some work, you can see me just doing it about 16 times what I would be doing it in reality. The transitions would be are going to be a little bit different, so this video and my next video, if the format seems a little bit wonky, it's just because I'm playing around with the settings. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and like I said, there'll be a new video as of Monday. See you again soon. Bye.